was your heart on the line. And when you fucked it up this time, didn't matter what I did. Something. Welcome back to Portimao. We haven't been here in a while, but we're here for the trial race here in SBS. You're already here for what looks to be once again an exciting race here in Portugal. Obviously last time I was commentating Portugal, it was the actual SBS race, and yeah, it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very fun to see these drivers around as we go to 5 red lights ahead of the drivers, and it's lights out and away we go. Bad off the start by Balloonatic and Mr. BT, and Balloonatic's already spun into the barriers. There's a massive crash behind. Ooh, massive incident. Williams has to go wide, the Ferrari everywhere, and a full safety car has been deployed. Oh, that was a start not expected by anyone, and I think the McLaren, I think it's Twitch, might have some damage. Most drivers at the back definitely got affected. Jeez, that was crazy, and no one really expected that to happen. Penalties everywhere. That is a crazy start. Oh, Mr. BT still leads this race, which is quite mostly expected, as he does actually drive in the real thing, and he is very speedy. So for him to keep the lead, it's very well done by him. Anyone else behind has either lost positions or got positions, if I'm right. No one. Yeah, I'm correct. Except for Tendy Stud, he stayed 15 the entire time. So good start by Lifebow. He made up 8 positions and up to P9 with that chaos in the midfield. So you know, it's a good start by many drivers because of the crash at the start. Little Wilk also making up 9 positions as Adrian and Bad Jack up to pit, and so does Tenty Stud, who's getting a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So we're now onto the safety car on lap 2. Early safety car days, sure, but obviously later in the race that's into play. And most people behind, either with damage or not, are pitting under the safety car. So now everyone is here behind the safety car. Everyone's going to be watching for the green lights to go down. 2 Honda powered drivers in the 1-2 positions. Obviously you got Mr. BT, real Division 1 Division 1 PlayStation driver for the Red Bull team, who got his first race win, believe it or not, at Portimao. So, you know, watch for him. He's going to be quite a one to look out for. But anyone else behind, rookies such as Chinny Winnie, could be on for a good result. He's up into second. He started third and now in second place. Could be able to get a good race result as long as he doesn't fly it off the road, because it is, as you can tell, quite wet. So, you know, You never know. Anything can happen in this Grand Prix. You've obviously got the Williams behind, who had a decent start as well, gaining a lot of positions thanks to either poor starts or just good, really good just overtakes. So he either got lucky, which I think half luck, half skill there, because you always get lucky in some of these situations, and it's nothing to be offended by. If you get lucky because of a situation, it doesn't mean that you're bad. It means that your luck is on your side. So don't take it as any offence. Take it as a compliment. But of course, the Chinny Winnie and the Williams of, I can't pronounce his name, Ixwis. I'll call him Ixwis, yes. Okay. So Chinny Winnie and Ixwis both have time penalties. 5 each. And Bad Jack is... What is going on in the back of the movie? Jack is a 5-second time penalty. Tony's disqualified. Tony starts being disqualified on lap 3 of the Grand Prix for having 20 seconds of penalties. That wasn't expected, I don't think, but disappointing for Aston Martin, who, if he was to get into SBS, it would be nice for him. Little what is happening with the AlphaTauri. He's been under the safety car, certainly this been under the safety car. That's going to drop him down to 16th, last of the remaining runners. And we are now going to see that the safety car is in this lap. So we haven't even had one lap of racing action yet, and we are under a lot of retirements, 3 retirements at the start, obviously all caused by Balloonatics' poor start. A little bit of wheel spin, obviously causing that massive crash at the back. Mr. BT still leads, and might just probably still lead by the end of this lap, but of course we still have to start the lap, and that is going to be started right now as Mr. BT starts to pull away and off into the distance, trying to pull away from any other cars behind. Looks like he's actually dropped around a 10th on the car behind, and now he's right on the tail and might get the overtake very soon. So he needs to be careful with that and hope that he doesn't get too close for a possible overtake. What's happened to the back? Bad Jack already spinning. There seems to be Lifebout spinning as well. The Ferrari's in the pits at the back. Everyone's spinning at the start. Everything's going tremendous. Bad Jack retires from the Grand Prix. Mr. BT still leads. Up at the front, Azer and Imposter Among getting right near each other here. We're going to have a look at Imposter Among, see if he can get something out of this Grand Prix. He might as well do so. If he wants to get back into SBS, he needs to have a decent result, you know. He doesn't want to get banned again like he did last time. And Mr. BT only pulling away substantially, a 1.8 second gap, and we haven't even gone on to lap 5 yet. So he is building up that gap very quickly. Imposter Among 2. Sorry about that. Microphone died. So at the back, there's an overtake as the Williams pulls into the pit lane. I'm guessing with damage. Maybe damage with the car ahead or behind. Imposter Among looking down the inside of the Alfa Romeo of Azer. Azer is a very good driver, so you don't want to really mess with him too hard, because you can get into a situation not worth wanting. Braking late to get closer, and he's definitely got a little bit closer. Has to go a little bit wider through that corner though to keep it on the circuit. Sorry, my voice is dying recently, not sure if you realised. Mr. BT still pulling away with it. Another second gain through this 2 sectors alone, as we're about to enter the 3rd sector now. He is absolutely flying in front. Absolutely 3.5-second gap. I know he is an official SBS driver, but that is a lot, saying that pretty much all of these drivers are better than me on the grid. So yeah, I mean, I probably wouldn't beat any of these in the tussle, let alone a 1v1 race. And we're going to watch Imposter Among once again, getting very close to the back of Aza. And we can also see El Mas getting quite close to Candy King ahead. Might go and make a move here. Which way is he going to look? He's going to look around the outside towards turn 1. That failed. There's a retirement. There's a crash for the Alpine. Is that a safety car deployed once again? Alpine has to slam on the brakes there to avoid running into the back of the McLaren. And Mr. BT's lead of 5 seconds is now going to be down to only a couple tenths. His drive-through penalty for Lifebout after speeding in the pit lane. Speeding under safety car, sorry. So he can serve that under the safety car. But he can't save it under. He can't serve the drive-through penalty under the safety car. So if he wants to pit and serve it, he's going to have to serve it after the safety car finished. This has been a good race so far. I mean, it's been chaotic from the start to where we are now. It's only been 6 laps in, and we've got 5 retirements. So, obviously, Bobby will be watching this to obviously get the ratings up, get everyone's pace and everything else up. And obviously, when you get your ratings up, the team principals, either in Div 1 or Div 2, like future seasons. Obviously, Season 2 is coming up soon, so if you get signed up for Div 2, you won't be racing until probably after January, or maybe after March when the actual season begins, but probably January, actually, will you not be racing until. So we're still in Season 1, and we only have 1 division. But boring. We have more divisions. Apparently, we're supposed to implement 5 division system, which is going to be a lot. Obviously, we're going to have the divisions. Obviously, for PS, probably the biggest divisions on the block, the most original. You know, had it since the start. Obviously, still in Season 1, so this league is pretty new, well, fairly new, if you'd like to call it that. But yeah, of course, stuff happens. And they've decided to change it up for Season 2 to add more people, because everyone kept asking, when's there going to be a PC league, or can I join on Xbox? And Little Will retires from the race. I think that's just him thinking he's had enough of this. He's going to end his race. Quite disappointing for the Alpine, for the AlphaTauri driver. So ratings wise, if you finish, you should get a rating. If you don't finish, then you don't get a rating. Seems simple enough. Give me 2 minutes, guys. safety car will be in this lap. So everyone is now going to be revving up their engines. Mr. BT is going to be preparing to once again start after the safety car peels away. And after lap 8 of this Porsche get underway, and is that the Williams having a spin? It certainly is the Williams having a spin. He's dropped from 3rd all the way down to looks to be 12th place. So we're going to have a look from the perspective of Imposter Among. You can see all the top 3 drivers once again underway. Everyone's overtaking behind, looks to me, trying to get moves. The Mercedes down the inside, but Lunatic they did make contact, but Lunatic has to go a little bit wide, and they made contact. There's a spin between them. Both have to go off the track and cut the corner. It's going to be a 10-second time penalty for the Mercedes. The Alfa Romeo gets off without warning, but he is now last out of the following runners. And is there a spin behind? Yes, Lifeboat spins, and into the wall he goes. He's out of the race. Aza fighting with Imposter Among for 3rd place. Of course, Imposter Among, this is the track where he got banned at. I try not to remember. I don't remember that. I don't want to remind him of the bad times, but hopefully he can get back in to SBS. So, on lap 9 we have resumed, and Mr. BT is once again pulling away. 1.2 seconds. We haven't even reached. No, we have reached the 3. Well, we are now back into the world where Mr. BT is fast, and really damn fast. And Imposter Among is also right on the back of Aza. Well, not anymore. He's that medium braking assist isn't working for him. But so we're all good. The McLarens are having a tussle at the back. Looks to me he tries to go around the outside. Maybe do the switchback. Doesn't have the room or the traction to do it, so he's going to have to stay behind Candy King in P6 and keeps that position behind Elmas, looking to overtake the Williams, but he's already pulling away. The McLaren looks down the inside of Adrian towards the hairpin. He makes the move down switch, but Adrian does the switchback. And that's a very clean move there by Adrian, who tries to keep the position while the McLaren's going down the inside. They make contact a bit. Adrian has to go wide, and that's gonna keep. That's gonna let the McLaren with Tridge Mini gonna keep the position. But the Adrian isn't done yet with this fight. He's gonna keep it around the outside, now down the inside. But the gap has closed, and Tridge Mini keeps it. But that little bit of oversteer could have changed everything. He keeps the position though and stays in P7. And now back ahead, nothing much seems to have changed, except Aza is now pulling away from Imposter, and Croc the Rock is now gaining a lot on Imposter. Mr. BT sets the fastest lap of the session, 1:25.7 on those intermediate tyres. Now the gap between him and Chinny Winnie is nearly 3 seconds, 2.8 seconds now. So it is dropping, and it's dropping fast. So we have now only got 12 runners of the original 19. So people have been absolutely dropping like flies. The Lunatic at the back, looking to get past the Mercedes Patalato. You're trying to go around the outside. The same Mercedes he made contact with beforehand. Nearly all 4 wheels off the track. Keeps it on though, and he's gonna try look for another area where he can get past. Looks to me that he's saving it for the straight, but that oversteer again on the Mercedes is really slowing him down at this point. And now he's under serious pressure. And if he's only losing the back of the car, it's because he's trying to chase down the Williams, who's already having his own struggles, and they make contact. Positions obviously change. The Williams are right there and there. He looked for the move down the inside and contact later on. Mr. VT now the gap of 4 seconds and sets another faster tap, faster by around 0.2 of a second. And it looks to me that Balloonatic has got past Mercedes of Fato Lato. And now it looks to me like he's going to go down the inside of the Williams of Ixwis. Will the move stick? No, he's going to have to back out, and the Mercedes now sees an opportunity to try go down the inside. Will they make contact? Oh, they do make contact. The Alfa Romeo is forced to go wide after contact with the Mercedes Matafasolato, and that might be damage on the car. That's going to be something to be talking. Maybe something to talk about. Now Adrian back with Tridgemini getting very close to the back, and Tridgemini going a little bit wider through that corner. That's going to slow him down. The gap between them is around 0.4 of a second, and he looks to me that he's going to get past at any moment as long as he gets in a good position. Oh, not like that. He doesn't want to have doesn't want that to happen at all. Obviously, losing the back end would be terrible at this point because it's 12 of the 17 laps done. No, sorry, make that 13 of the 17 laps done. And he doesn't want to mess it up this near the end, because if he was going to get a comeback, it doesn't look like he would have even enough time to do that. And there's a fight once again, a scrap once again at the back. The Mercedes of Ixwis versus the Williams. Sorry, yeah, the Williams of Ixwis, Mercedes, and there's a spin for Ixwis. Contact with Balloonatic has sent him spinning all the way down to the back once again. Ixwis back to 12th. His race had went from so well to so bad in only a couple of minutes here in this trial race, and it's turned sour for him. He's probably going to be reporting a couple of incidents after this race. I wouldn't be very surprised. Now having a look at Tridgemini again, trying to get Adrian out of his slipstream, who is trying to catch up with him as he goes a little bit wider. They've oversteered on both cars. Has actually caused Adrian to catch up a little bit, and now we're back right on it for some more racing action. Hopefully another overtake soon, and they just so nearly climb away. Tail paces, okay, got him. God, Lewis, oh my god, I called him Lixwis. Lewis, okay. I'll call him Lewis from now on. Sorry, that was my fault, I didn't know names. Croc the Rock is actually now looking for moves on Imposter Among One, who has been gaining on for a couple of laps. May be able to make the move soon if he closes in the final couple of laps. Tries not to lose the back end. Obviously it's very easy to lose the back end even if it's dry on this circuit. And in the pits is Lewis. His race, obviously he started obviously in third. He got up to third after a great start, spun it, and then actually no, did he get hit by someone? I think he got hit by someone, and then he got hit by someone again. So this race has turned terrible after a couple of laps. Now back with Balloonatic, once again back on another car. Now this time it's Elmas, who has been driving he's been driving an alright race so far. It hasn't been it hasn't been terrible, is really all I've got to say. He's still going to be scoring points here today, which is really all he cares about. And is that a retirement? Yes, it is. It's a retirement. Mato Fatalato retires from the session. There won't be a safety car though, because we won't have enough laps to complete the race. Maybe a VSC though. I don't think VSCs would be enabled either. So no other safety cars will be enabled in this period. Balloonatic now starting to fall away from Elmas. who's now just peeling off the road. Adrian, if he wants to get that place ahead of Tridge Mini up into P7, well, he needs to get it done quick. And by quick, he has 2 laps, basically, to get past. And if he doesn't get past in those 2 laps, then goodbye P7. You'll finish in P8. Obviously, they're all solid drivers. Valentic has finally got past Elmas. Actually, no, he hasn't. They're still fighting. Tries to go for the switchback. Isn't able to make the move, though. Adrian's got a 3-second penalty, thanks to loads of warnings. Now that you remind me, penalties. It looks like Imposter is going to get a podium this race. So, as long as he doesn't bid it in these final couple of laps, he will be fine. Asa, he has been closing in on Chinny Winnie for a couple of laps, but knowing that there's only a couple of laps there, probably won't be enough to finish the race ahead. Imposter's slowing down. Now, why is he doing that? Because he's going awfully slow now. He's just off 4 attempts. Around the outside goes Croc to Rock and Imposter among one. At the back, Balloonatic once again. This is terrible for Balloonatic. Imposter among one. He's trying to defend his P4. But now Imposter among one has dropped behind Aza in penalties. This is terrible. So, absolute. He has to catch up 7 attempts in only 1 more lap of racing. So, is he going to get this done? I don't think he can, but anything can happen in racing. And certainly this time it could mostly happen. At the moment, Asa though is going to get that podium. But it's only for the time being, so he needs to get in that 5-second. He needs to get into that 5-second gap. But Croc the Rock is literally closing on him like a fire, like firewood to a building. And now he's got the penalty. And now he's on the equal playing ground as Croc the Rock. So this is going to be great news for Croc the Rock if he wants to get past. He can get P4 this race, but there's a quite low chance of him doing that. Locks the front tyres, gets a decent amount of traction out of that corner to try close in. He closes in a bit, keeps it on the track. But now, back at the front, while those two are fighting, Mr. BT has driven a great race at the front. 10 seconds, the gap between him and seconds. A race like no other. In this Portimao trial race, he's going to come across the line now to win the Portuguese Grand Prix. 10 seconds the gap. 10 full seconds. Imposter among one leaves the session, surprisingly. Why is that? Who knows? Chinny Winnie takes 2nd place. No, he doesn't. Asa takes 2nd place thanks to penalties. He has an extra 5 seconds due to unserved penalties. Is there a what? Wait. There's a spin in the final corner. Oh, it's Mr. BT. Mr. BT's dead body. If you would like to meet him, his name's called Bob. Croc the Rock finishes in a solid 4th place. Imposter finishes 5th ahead of Candy King. And Adrian with Elmas in 8th, finishing a solid race for the Alpine. Balloonatic only finishing 9th after his first lap shenanigans. Tridge Mini only coming down for 10th place. And Lewis, after a disappointing race, is not even going to finish in the points. Going to finish P11, 17 seconds of penalties. So Tridge Mini comes across the line. We're going to have Lewis be the final person to do so and end this absolutely crazy race here in Portimao. It has been a great race for everyone. Everyone watching as well has probably enjoyed it. Oof. Yeah, great race by everyone. Very enjoyable. Thank you everyone for watching, and it looks to me that I am going to die. Onto the podium he goes. Great win by Mr. BT. Well done to everyone on that podium. And there's the race results. Mr. BT winning from pole and getting the fastest lap by nearly a second. No, he did get it by more than a second. He is finishing in second, ahead of Chili Winnie, Got the Rug and Poster on 1-1. Candy King, Diddy, Adrian, Elmas Ballunatic, Tridge Mini, Lewis Matofatolato, Lifeboat, Little Will, Tomon, Bad Jack, Fish and Chip, Scrunchy, and Tendy Stud 32. That was a great race. Thank you, Bobby, for letting me host. It's been an honour. And honestly, I'm here to help whenever you are, when you need. I hope I would be here more often. But thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you all next race. Probably after Christmas. Merry Christmas everyone. See